Now, the other thing they have to do at the convention is attack Donald Trump. It's a target-rich environment. Stop being so like hope and lovely and Hillary is great and she does liner paper. Let's go up and at him. Hit him hard. Start dropping bombs right now because you're flirting with being a John Kerry convention here. Where John Kerry's the only person who didn't get a bump from his convention. The reason is they convinced themselves that they should be nice to George Bush and only tell a positive story about John Kerry and not hit George Bush because we were in the middle of a war, because that's what Rush Limbaugh told them to do. They said, oh, you better not hit the president in the middle of a war. And they listened to him like idiots. And I came out of that convention with my hair on fire. Oh, no, he's going to lose. He didn't say anything wrong about Bush, and he's done terrible things. And Donald Trump is an even bigger target than George W. Bush. Hurry up. The next 2 nights should be at least 60% telling us what a monster Donald Trump is. But I'm telling you, they're not going to do it.
No.
I'm worried they're not going to do it because they're soft.
They are soft. And
I think Obama will mock him.
Yes.
A little bit, but you know Obama, he'll do a snide joke here and a cute little thing there. I don't need cute. I need somebody to come out there and shred him.
Yeah.
And by the way, they're making another giant mistake that is related. If this election is about either one of those candidates, whoever this election is about, that side will lose. If it's about Hillary Clinton and her giant unfavorables, the Democrats will lose.
Yes.
If it's about Donald Trump and his giant unfavorables, the Republicans will lose.
Or his tiny hands.
Or his tiny hands.
Yeah.
For God's sake, hit him on the hands. Hit him on anything.
Talk about his dick.
Because the election... Don't do that.
Okay, not that then.
The election's got to be about the other person. Because you don't have a popular candidate. Both sides have a really unpopular candidate. Turn and talk about Trump.
One night should have been just about his hair. The next night should have been just about his first 2 marriages. They could have contrasted about how Bill and Hillary built a marriage. They had hard times. They stuck together because they know commitment and love is deeper than whatever. They could have said all that stuff. And Trump, he doesn't know love. He discards them one after another. Let's trade it in for a younger and better looking. You know, they got to do all that stuff, and they're not doing any of that stuff.
Good point.
No, but seriously, the first thing Jimmy said, hair plugs. The guy's got hair plugs. We know because remember in that famous divorce proceedings with Ivana, Freudian slip, literally. Okay, it's the first literal Freudian slip. Anyway, so with Ivana, the reason he sexually assaulted her, and I'm being polite there,
that's polite,
is because she had suggested a doctor to him to put hair plugs in, and it really hurt him. And he's like, "Why did you do that to me?" And he struck out against her in his rage. So this pathetic guy with his hair plugs, and I'm not, look, you got hair plugs, God bless your heart. But it paints a picture of Donald Trump in the context of everything else he does. He's so insecure. Oh, I'm a billionaire, but I'm going to try to steal $150,000 that should go to 9/11 victims. Oh, I'm worth $10 billion, but I'm going to scam you for a nickel and a dime for Trump University. What a sad man.
I think his hair plugs speak for themselves. So no one needs to mention his hair plugs. If anything,
No,
I
I'm
think
not-
that
no.
do not mention his hair plugs. That's unnecessary.
No,
he
I
looks
would.
like a clown. By the way, you're supposedly a billionaire. You really can't afford decent hair plugs. Anyway,
seriously,
no kidding.
Okay, so who cares? Let's just move on from that.
So
Again, Jimmy said it perfectly. It's a target-rich environment.
I actually said that, but that's okay.
No, he said it. Did you say it? Did you say it?
Yeah.
Whatever. Jimmy, good job saying that.
Let's give Jimmy the credit. Call him a tweet that he gets the credit.
But Trump University, that was my favorite part of the first night, okay? When they were talking about Trump University, that
Bam.
I perked up because that's something that I think really speaks to people who already feel disenfranchised. Are you really going to elect a leader who's going to further take advantage of you, who's going to further screw you over?
I think I just pictured there's one image that they have to remind. You can put it in your ads, literal images, but you need to be able to picture Donald Trump sitting on his golden throne at the top of Trump Tower, laughing down at the common man as he rips him off time and time again. On 9/11 with Trump University, this rich fucking elitist in his golden palace at the top of a tower in New York City, laughing at you as he takes away your last dollars. That's what they need to drive into the head of every goddamn American.
You know what? I'm back to the hair plugs. Okay, and I'll tell you why.
Christ.
Every time you see a stupid
There are
fluffy...
good people with hair fluffs.
I know there are. I know. But every time you see his stupid, fluffy orange hair, you're going to think of that story about the hair plugs and how mad he was at Ivana.
Yes.
And how he hit her and then he sexually assaulted her because he's so insecure. And every time he gets up on that podium, you're going to look at that hair and go, oh, this guy's pathetic. So, look, my point there obviously isn't the hair plugs. My point is you need a couple of badass dudes who don't mind getting dirty.
I'll do it.
You know, you need a guy, honestly, like, I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but like me. And I'll
You
tell
are unbearable.
I am.
You are literally the
I
most
am.
unbearable
Pause.
person.
Nobody thought there was any other thing coming after
Okay.
that pause.
No, but I'll tell you why.
Only you.
Only I alone can save this country. Okay, but no, I'll tell you why. Because other people are going to be too nice. I'm not trying to say that I would be effective at it, or I'm just saying I'm willing to go there. Whereas a lot of other people aren't going. So find someone. Is there anyone in the Democratic Party
Alan Grayson.
who does it? Like, because I don't care about my reputation.
Yeah.
They're all like, oh, wait, now I don't want to be uncivil and ruin my reputation.
I know.
Right? I need a couple of brawlers. Get me a lead pipe. Get me a blowtorch. Let's go to work on my homes. Okay? Start with the hair plugs and work your way down.